A big question I've been getting lately is, Jordan, what should I take for my first cycle? So I always think that you should use testosterone as the base for any cycle, right? But especially your first cycle. But I'm going to tell you why I think a lot of people are doing it incorrectly to start with. So if you're natural and say your levels are at 600, right? You should not start with a high amount of testosterone and just blast it. Because every time I have someone tell me their first cycle, they're like, yeah, I'm going to just hop on 400 mgs, 500 mgs of testosterone for 12 weeks, 60 weeks. And I don't know if you guys realize it, but that's a shit ton of fucking tests. I don't do 400 tests myself. I do 340 mgs per week, and I've been on TRT, or TRT plus if you want to call it, for about 6 years now, and it takes time to build up to these milligrams. Your receptors are fresh. You don't want to overload them on your first cycle and just blast 500 milligrams, because what that's going to do is, if you have too much testosterone and shock your body off the bat, you're just going to increase too much estrogen, meaning estradiol, and your body's going to convert that excess testosterone to estradiol. And that's when people start seeing side effects. Side effects like gyno, side effects like water retention, inflammation, right? Like, a lot of people you see doing their first cycle look like fucking water buffaloes just because they're blasting tests. A better alternative, and this is what my first cycle was, is I started low at 250 mgs a week, even 200 a week you can do, but I added a DHT derivative. So what I did is I took Anavar, 25 milligrams per day. I ran that cycle I did the VAR for 10 weeks and test for 16 weeks. So it was about 16 weeks total, but I put the VAR in at the beginning because the Anavar is going to give you those excess androgens, but it's also going to help you with water retention, water weight. And it's just going to keep you a lot drier, right? Like, you don't want to just blast a bunch of tests and get watery and get a lot of side effects. So I think lower tests and add another compound, for me preferably a DHT derived compound. You can even add Primobolan. I think that's a better first cycle than just hopping on 500 milligrams of testosterone personally.